When supply dries up for the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So supply, this is what the narcissist needs to make themselves feel important, to make themselves feel like they're better than everyone else. It's why the narcissist continues to be loyal to nobody. It's why they're always looking over their shoulder, and that's why they're always looking for the next new shiny object. You see, at one point you were what is known as the new supply. The new supply is a person who is being peppered with abuse, or maybe they're toxic themselves and they're dishing it out to the narcissist. But any way you cut it, there is toxicity wherever there is a new supply source. And when the supply begins to run out for the narcissist, it's when they are having themselves, I'm talking about the narcissist, challenging experiences getting the sources of supply that they used to get. Remember, we are all connected on this planet. AI is here. We are in the age of information. We are in the age of accountability. We are in the age of authenticity. Authenticity is the new currency. It's not the fiat money, the dollar sitting in your pocket, withering away every day. The new currency of this planet is going to be authenticity. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, drop comments below. You are an authentic, genuine person, and that's what the narcissist targeted, because the narcissist lacks every single thing that you have, and the narcissist wanted to capture and possess everything that you had. And they did a remarkable job until when? That's right, until they couldn't do it any longer. And so when the narcissist is looking through their dating apps, or when they're scrolling through social media, or they're trying to make eye contact in the produce aisle at the grocery store, or they're looking at their neighbor in the traffic jam on the freeway, they're finding out that fewer and fewer people are paying attention to them. And you may think, well, that's actually true, but how would you know that, Andrew? Well, I too, I'm not in cars as often as I used to be, but I too check out the produce aisle to get fruits and vegetables, and I see human behaviors. And the narcissist, whereas in the past they could try to act like they were sneezing really loud, or that they couldn't quite pick out the right fruit, or that they needed to find help with something, no one is giving them the time of day these days. People are walking right by them. Now again, this is for your peace of mind. Do I go through life thinking that everyone's the narcissist? Anything but. Do I look for toxicity? No, it's too easy to find just by walking out my front door. But what I do know is, in the old days, before the internet and the smartphone, yeah, the narcissist ran the roost. They could do whatever they wanted to because we, the collective, were not wise. We didn't know what was going on. Now we do, and we can't unsee what we've seen. Now we understand that, well, if someone's behaving a little irrationally or a little unexpectedly, that no, they're not just having a moment. Maybe that's the raging narcissist trying to get their fangs into any audience that will give them the time of day. And again, there's no script here. If you think there is, please get a grip. This is me free-flowing. Now, having said all those things, when supply dries up for the narcissist, this is happening. This isn't me wishing it would happen. It's happening right now. Think about you. When you were in the relationship with the narcissist, what were you doing? Well, you were being peppered with abuse. You were trying to fix an unfixable relationship. You were working for that person. You were doing whatever they wanted you to do, and you went above and beyond the call of duty to maintain an unmaintainable relationship. And then what happened? Well, something broke, something gave, something snapped, something ended. It was the narcissistic relationship, and most likely you were discarded. Any way you cut it, if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. If you weren't, my heart still goes out to you because you were in a toxic cycle, but you're out. When you got out, what did you do over time? You healed, you processed things, you learned the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and eventually you went no contact. When you went no contact, you did your part for humanity. Really understand what I'm mentioning to you, and you should play this part of the video in a loop, nonstop for about 10 minutes. You did your part for humanity. You blocked the narcissist. You did your part for humanity. You blocked the narcissist. When you did your part and I did my part, and let's say someone else did their part, that's 3 people on a huge planet of, yes, 8.3 billion people that the narcissist doesn't have access to. When that number grows to 30, it's 30 less people. When it grows to 300, 3,000, see what I'm saying? That's why we all have to do our part, and that's why supply is drying up for the narcissist. The narcissist thought this was going to be a free-flow buffet, if you will, or a smorgasbord of supply for the rest of their life. Well, a funny thing happened along the way. Yes, the internet, the smartphone, people like me getting discarded and putting myself out there and creating videos every day, which created a whole different wave of other YouTubers creating videos and content and paying it forward. That is the ripple effect that's been going on since March 31st, 2021. And that ripple effect will continue until it's a tidal wave of information, until it's a tsunami of empathy, until it is an avalanche of independence. And those days are right around the corner. They're approaching. Are they going to happen tomorrow? No, but they're happening. So that's why you have to do your part, just like I have. And that's when supply dries up for the narcissist. They won't know what to do. They won't know where to go. They will be scratching their balding heads and their aging faces, and they will be saying, wait a minute, it used to be so easy. When this thing called the cell phone came out, all I had to do was have somebody, my kid or grandkid, show me how to use the phone, and I could get on dating apps over in the different parts of the world. But now no one's talking to me. What's going on? Is it me? Yeah, it is you, narcissist. You see, people are catching on. People are wising up. People are going no contact and blocking you parasites. And you, whereas you had the run of the roost for your whole life, I'm referring to you, the narcissist, and you are not welcome on the channel. Now you're realizing that, yeah, everything Andrew's saying is true. People have had enough. They have had more than enough of toxicity. They've experienced death by 1,000 paper cuts. They were trapped in cycles for days, weeks, months, years, maybe even lifetimes. And eventually they broke out. And as they broke out, they healed. As they healed, they paid it forward and helped those loved and trusted ones around them. And they let the narcissist slither off onto other sources of supply. The narcissist will never be able to replace you. With another human being, as in a physical body, yeah, they can get another human being, but can they replace your ideas, your creativity, your energy, your enthusiasm, your empathy, your love, the way you are, just everything about you? No, they can't. And the narcissist didn't know that before, but they certainly know it now, because now the narcissist is rummaging through anybody, and I mean anybody, who will give them the time of day. They're trying to recycle old sources of supply who have closed the chapters of the book on the narcissist. They're trying to drum up new sources of supply, which with the younger generation, and the younger generation is saying, no, thank you. I've seen many of Andrew's videos, and this is what I call a 2-page report. I want nothing to do with you. Lose my number now. That's what people are saying. So whereas you may still be going through your challenges and your battles, and maybe you're still cutting the 4 ties, the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual tie from the narcissist, and that's what you need to do. And remember, no one's going to do that for you. But as you're doing that, you're getting stronger. As you're getting stronger, yes, the narcissists, plural, are getting weaker. As they get weaker, that is one less place that they have access to. And eventually, all the doors will be closed on the narcissist. And you may think, wow, that is a lot. How can you even boast such words? I can boast such words because I know them to be true, because I am watching the pulse of this planet called Earth, and I am seeing how people are changing. I'm listening to how they're using their words. I'm paying attention to what the buzzwords are. Think about this. In 2021, maybe 2022, one of the buzzwords, or the word of the year way back then, was what? Yeah, you knew it. You got it right. Good job. It was gaslighting. Okay, well, now we're in 2026. What do you think the buzzword of this year will be? I will take a guess, and you should watch this video and see if I was right. And whenever the awards go out, or whenever Webster's Merriam Dictionary does whatever they do, I will tell you what the word of the year will be right now, already in 2026. And if it isn't this word, it should be. And the word is this: authenticity. That needs to be the word of 2026. And you may say, well, wow, I didn't know that you really paid attention to the words of the year. I don't. I use words, and I use my words very wisely. And if you notice, since the beginning, when I created my channel, March 31st, 2021, till today, I've shifted not only the way I talk, the speed I talk, the motion I talk, the range, how I use my inflections or not, but I've been talking about authenticity, integrity, honesty, commitment, the beautiful, bright, shining light, on and on and on for 5+ years. And I'll continue to do that for another 56. You need to do your part. The narcissist has already done their part. They already took their best shots at you and tried to extinguish you and your beautiful, bright, shining light. Yes, they failed. Yes, they failed miserably. And yes, they will continue to fail, because the narcissist is nothing but one big failure. And they know it. They're never going to tell you that, or other people, but the narcissist knows that they are a failure. Now, having said all those things, before I close the video, because this will be about an 11-minute video, I'll share this with you. When the narcissist is running low on supply, when the avenues are closed to them, some of those avenues will be at the hands of you. Most of them won't. But what the narcissist will realize is they used to just be able to bat their eyelashes or snap their fingers and say jump, and other people would say how high. Those days are over. There are so few people who are taking the bait, who are drinking the Kool-Aid, who are listening to the false narrative and the false rhetoric of the narcissists, plural. More and more people now are staying centered, calm, stoic, focused on themselves. They are conserving their energy, and they are trusting their instincts and their intuition. And you are looking at somebody just like that. Yes, me. Once you understand that you are in a place that you didn't even know existed, yes, the narcissistic relationship, maybe even the trauma bond, certainly the devaluation stage, and you made it out, and you made it out against all odds, insurmountable odds, because this was the test of your lifetime. When you realize that, then everything else on this planet called Earth pales in comparison. You've been tested, and so few people will even understand what I'm referring to. I can finish your sentence in a second because I was in the cycle. If you've healed, you can finish my sentence. If you're healing, eventually my hope is you will be able to finish my sentence. But your average person has no idea what I'm talking about, which is why most people get burnt out, because they can't handle the rhetoric or the explaining or the words or the experiences of the narcissist. I can. This is why I do what I do. I'm built for this. I've been doing it for 5+ years. I will continue to do it. You need to keep your cup full, and you need to understand by doing your part, closing avenues of communication with the narcissists, you're doing what you should be doing, and that will allow you to have an abundant, peaceful, authentic life going forward. Narcissists will have none of that. The narcissist will stay stuck in that low vibrational state, continuing to pound their head against every wall, wondering, what happened? Did I lose my skill set? Did I lose my charm? Did I lose my edge? Yes, yes, and yes. The narcissist loses everything in the end. The narcissist is a loser. The narcissist is stuck. And the narcissist wants to take anybody, and I mean anybody, down in that low vibrational state with them, because they don't want anyone ever to do better than they do. And that's why you need to close the chapter of the book on the narcissist once and for all. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Understand a couple things. One, avenues of communication must be closed to the narcissist on your behalf. Number two, you shouldn't be peeking on any social media or anything to do with the narcissist. Number three, you need to have a small footprint, which means focus on yourself, control what you can control, and stay away from toxicity. Number four, whether you understand this or not, or agree or not, it's up to you. But avenues for the narcissist to extract supply are being closed left, right, and center to them right now. As I'm creating this video and you're consuming it, more and more people are pulling back and away from the narcissist. The ripple effect is in full motion. I've done my part, and I continue to do it every day. You're doing your part. You continue to do it every day. Leave the narcissist in the past and continue to move forward. That's what we do. I love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.